Hi, my name is Goldman, and I'm an attorney with Goldman and Associates. Today, I want to talk about how you avoid losing your home in a divorce. Now, I want to preface this by saying that if the home was purchased during the marriage, then it's going to be a marital asset. And what's going to happen is when the court divides this up, a piece is going to go to the husband, a piece is going to go to the wife. If you're worried about how do I avoid losing my home, that question presupposes that some notion that this home was yours to begin with, without sharing it with the spouse. So let's discuss that scenario. Suppose you're a guy or a woman who has a house, you have a career, you've had your own place, you bought this house many years ago, and now you're getting married. Fantastic. And you know what? The new guy's moving into your place. Your fiance is going to take her stuff, she's moving into your bachelor pad. What do you do in that scenario? And if you get divorced, how do you avoid losing the house? Well, here's the good news. The good news is that if you just leave it be, if you just continue to pay your notes like normal, and you don't retitle the house, you leave it as it is, in the event of a divorce, odds are the value of that house as of the day of the marriage, that's for sure going to be yours. The only question that will be subject to negotiation is whether the house has increased in value during the marriage and whether the piece of increase, whether that piece and that piece alone is subject to division. And it may or may not be given the circumstances. So you got to watch for that. Now, another thing to be careful of, if you are concerned, because maybe it's a second marriage, maybe the person you're getting married to you don't know all that well. Or maybe there are reasons for you to suspect that, not enough to call off the wedding, but you're still worried about it. And, obviously, if you had a prenuptial agreement, that would be good, but that is a subject for a different discussion, and I can see where that could cause some strife, the very mention of that. So what do you do? Well, in a circumstance, one of the things you want to avoid is you don't want to gift the house to the marriage. How does one gift a prior acquired house to the marriage? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. Number one, your new spouse comes up to you and says, I feel more secure. I'd like you to add me to the deed to the house. Well, if you add them to the deed, it could be argued that you've now made a gift to the marriage, and then the equity could be called into question. That's number one. Certainly, whether or not that is true, I'll tell you one thing. If you avoid that and you leave it in your own name, you certainly avoid that discussion. Number two, interest rates go down. So you decide to refinance. So now you refinance it, you put both names on because the bank makes you to, because it's husband and wife. If you're in that situation, you're getting a lot closer to the danger zone in terms of bringing that house into the kitty for a later divorce as a marital asset. So these are very, very tricky issues. If you have any questions about that, reach out to us and we'll be glad to help you out. If you have found this helpful, please like and share.